Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video, and I just wanted to jump on and do a quick, or what I'm hoping is a quick unboxing, because I just picked up a few things from Soko Glam and then I met you, and it's Saturday. I was actually taking a nap, to be honest, but my phone went off with an alert saying I got a couple packages delivered, so I was like, yes, let's go see what they are. I had my camera flipped a weird way, so I actually just opened the first box before I realized it didn't look so great. So this is the first box. It was just one thing from Then I Met You. It is their Honeydew Lip Mask. And at first when I saw this product, I wasn't particularly interested in it because I just don't use a ton of lip products. I have a couple that I'm reviewing and testing right now, but I haven't used them for a long time, and I typically don't pick them up super regularly. But Then I Met You launched this, I believe, maybe it was last week or the previous weekend. And the launch day for this product, when it came out, they donated 100% of the proceeds to help a charity that assists in providing funds to grocery store workers and food service workers who might be struggling in this like kind of COVID time where, you know, maybe these hourly workers don't have insurance plans set up or a lot of savings, and yet they're being really, really taxed right now with working extra hours and, working extra days, those types of things to help support the rest of the community. So I thought it was a really, really good cause. Just adjust that. I thought it was a really, really good cause. 100% of the proceeds went to it on their launch day. And so I decided to pick this up. So this is, I believe, a lip mask that you can use both AM and PM. It features honeydew, squalane, vitamin E, and lactic acid for a little bit of an exfoliating effect as well. It looked really, really nice. It looked like something I might be interested in trying. Right now, just as a little teaser for what I'm currently testing, at night I'm using the Sweet Chef. It's their sugarcane vitamin E lip sleeping mask. I use this in the PM. And then during the AM, when I remember, I am using the Glow Recipe. It's their Watermelon Glow Lip Pop. So I've been using this in the AM. It provides a little bit of color, but it also has sugar. I believe there's, there might be a lactic acid or something like that in here as well, but it has a tint, whereas this one that I just picked up from Then I Met You is just a lip mask, no tint to it. It looked like a clear gel. So I'm curious to give it a try. I've been really, really happy with everything I've used from Then I Met You previously, so I'm curious to see how this goes. So there's that, and then the big box that I got from Soko Glam. I decided to make a purchase from there because there was a couple of products that I was interested in trying, and one product that I have a sample size of, but you know me, when I want to do a full test or a full review, I kind of want to use the full size to get the full effect. So between that, they had the promotion going on, I had points to use, so I ended up getting a few things. So let's start off with samples. We've got samples in here. Looks like just one. This is a sample of the Aquel pH Balancing Micro Cleansing Foam, just a little sample of their cleansing foam, which is interesting because in my stash right now, the next product that I have in my lineup to try for cleansers after I'm done with the Rovectin cleanser is the Aquel 5.5 pH Balancing Micro Cleansing Foam. So it's the same product, I just have a sample of it now, so I'll probably use this and then move into the full size. So be on the lookout for a review of this. It's gonna be probably about 5 or 6 weeks before you start seeing info about this product from me. So be on the lookout for that. I also picked up the Solved skincare. It's the coconut oil cleansing pads. This is the full size. I don't know if you remember, but in one of my previous unboxings, oh wow, that is a big container. In one of my previous unboxings, I got a sample size, a deluxe sample size. Where is that? So that's this here. And so between This one had 20 pads, so it's basically half of a full size, but I wanted to do a full review, use it for a full month, and so with daily use, I probably need around 30. So I ended up getting the full size to complement it. That way I can give it a full review. So that will be coming up once again in probably over a month, but we'll get there. And since I'm trying out I picked up the cleansing pads from Solved Skincare, I also picked up the coconut water cleansing foam. So this is the foam that pairs with those cleansing pads. All of these feature either coconut oil or coconut water in the formula. The pads are obviously in a cotton pad, which I thought was very interesting for an oil cleansing product. But this is just a normal, regular old pump bottle foaming cleanser that features coconut water, and it's a pH balanced product as well. So looking forward to giving that set a try. We also have the Swanee Cocoa. It's the Fermentation Snail Care Skin Toner. This is just a basic watery toner from what I remember reading, but it features pretty heavily with snail secretion filtrate. It has licorice root extract, rice ferment, hydrolyzed collagen, asparagus root, a whole bunch of really interesting ingredients, and it was on sale on Soko Glam. I think it was like $16 off of like $24 or $26. So it's a pump style toner, which is nice. I also, not only because it was on sale, but I wanted to pick this up because I didn't have a very good experience with Snail when I first started K-Beauty. I used the Cosa Snail Essence, and I think it was just either a little bit too heavy or my skin didn't like the consistency, and I noticed some kind of spot breakouts here and there. So I just didn't have a good luck with Snail. I ended up giving away, I bought the Snail, it's like a Snail overnight mask, I think it was, or maybe it was a Snail moisturizer from Cosa. I ended up giving that away because I was just a little too scared to try it at that time. This was in 2018, but I have been using some Snail sheet masks and smaller products, like one-time use things that have Snail in them. My skin seems to be responding really well. And now that I'm using Curology and I'm on tretinoin, I'm looking for products that have that kind of healing and reparative quality to them. So I decided to jump back into the world of Snail. So hopefully that goes well. And then I picked up 2 of these Clair's face bars. They're the Rich Moist Facial Soap. I got 2 of them. Once again, this is a product that was on sale on Soko Glam for I think $3 or $4 a pop, which was a pretty good deal. Not for my face because the pH is high on these, but to use them as a body soap. So that's what that looks like. I've been using, I think I have an unopened one. I have a bar soap that I've been using for my body in the shower right now, and it is the, I have a backup of it. It's the Jungle Botanicals, the Ecru Clay Soap. Once again, high pH, so I've been using it on my body. But what I loved about it, because I'm typically not a bar soap person, I don't like how they, you know, depending on where you set them, if they stay wet, they can get kind of slimy and gross. Even when I was a kid, I just didn't like using the bar soap, like the one that my mom put out. Wasn't a fan of that slimy feeling and all the gunk that it would leave, like, you know, on the, wherever you're setting it on the bathtub or in the shower. Just didn't like it, so I've always been a body wash only person. But this Jungle Botanics, this Jungle Botanics soap comes with this cool net, and it has just enough mesh that some water can get through, and it creates this really, really nice lather. So here's the bar soap. You just tuck it in, and then you're good to go. And then I hang this on my either like the faucet in the bathtub or on the shower, or I've got a really large bottle of shampoo that obviously I don't use too much, but it's this big bottle, so it kind of hangs and dangles nicely, so it dries out completely. And I've been loving this style, so I figured I can save these once I'm done with the bar and just keep popping other bar soaps in to try and avoid all that mess that can sometimes come along with bar soap. So that's why I picked up those. Also, you know, because I wanted to meet shipping requirements and all that stuff. So I got 2 of those Clair's bar soaps. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this back in here. Oh no. Anyway, I'm setting that aside for now. So moving on, I also picked up another cleanser. This is the Neogen Real Fresh Cleansing Stick in green tea. So this is a product that was available when I very first started my K-beauty routine in 2018. And for whatever reason, I just didn't think that the stick format would necessarily be something for me. I really like pump style gels or squeeze tubes, that kind of thing. The stick seemed a little odd, but I was very interested because it was co-created with Neogen and Charlotte Cho of Soko Glam. So I've always had it. It's, you know, been in my cart, and then I'll remove it and it goes on a wish list and then I never buy it. So I finally just said, I'm going to go with it. Quite a few people, so that's what it looks like. And it's a twist up cleanser. So you wet your face, damp your face, you rub this across and it creates that lather, and then you can wash your face just as normal. It's said to be pH balanced. That's what Charlotte Cho said in her videos, and that's what it says in the product description, although I couldn't find the exact pH of it. Some people in the reviews did say that they found this to be a bit drying, so I'm curious to see how I'll feel about it. It smells wonderful. And it also has actual green tea leaves in it, which from what I was reading can provide a little bit of a light physical exfoliation. I'm not quite sure. So it was just a very interesting product. The tube is actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be, and I think a little bit goes a long way because you just kind of run this over a damp face and then you're good to go. I'm also curious about the cleanliness of this. I would assume I'd have to leave the cap off and let this dry before I close it again, because leaving that wet soap in there seems a little odd. So I'm looking forward to trying it. It's a very interesting format and a product that I feel like I should have reviewed already, because it's just one of those, on Soko Glam at least, it's one of those when you do a first kit with your K-beauty, like here's your initial 10-step Korean skincare kit. They almost always include this cleanser in a lot of their different kits. So yeah, I'm surprised this is going to be the first time, you know, 2 years into it that I'm actually trying it. It looks like it has coconut oil in it as well. It's also got olive oil, lemon peel oil, which is really more about scent. But yeah, looking forward to giving this a shot. I really like the packaging, and that stick format is very, very unique. So we'll see about that. And then I got the Neogen, back to Neogen, H2 Derma Deca Serum Spray. This is the very first serum that I purchased when I started a K-beauty routine. So I was, you know, I'm kind of starting to look back at a lot of those very first products I used and thinking, I wonder if my thoughts on them when my skin was a little bit different, will they be still the same? The products that I loved 2 years ago, am I gonna love them still? Or now that my skin has kind of normalized for the most part, some of the issues I was battling back then, like consistent acne breakouts and those types of things, have pretty much cleared up. So I'm wondering if this is something I'll rave about, because I loved it back in 2018 because it's a product that you can take with you on the go to spray on. I felt that it added a lot of hydration to my skin, but now looking at the ingredients, there's not very many, if any. Oh, actually there is olive oil in here. Oh, and castor oil. Okay, so there are some emollient products to help lock in hydration, but the second ingredient is denatured alcohol, and that didn't even faze me 2 years ago. I don't even think I mentioned it in my review. So I'm very curious to see if I end up liking the scent of this, if it's gonna smell too much of alcohol, if it's gonna be potentially drying. So a little bit of some experimentation. And what's funny is I placed this order, and then last week I actually met up safely with a skincare friend. She's one of my best friends regardless, but she loves K-beauty just as much as I do. And so we met at a boba shop. They were doing drive-through only, so we each were in our cars, got our stuff, had our masks on, and like trying to take sips of boba, sitting a fair distance apart on the sidewalk. It was kind of awkward, but it's kind of the new normal. And so she actually purchased this and accidentally picked up 2 from Soko Glam a while back, and she didn't like this. She has very sensitive, very dry and skin with a bit of rosacea as well. So she's like, do you want the second one that I picked up? So I have it, let's see, I have it here. And so I grabbed this from her, and I was like, I do want it because I'm looking forward to testing it, but now I have two. So I'm hoping I love it because I've got a lot of serum spray to go around. So looking forward to doing, basically I'm gonna start doing some like 2.0 reviews or retro reviews where I go back to some products that I very first started using and then talk about them this time around 2 years later. So we'll see how that goes. There's those, or there's that one that I bought. And then last thing is from a brand called The Plant Base. I hope you can see that. This was actually a free gift that came with my purchase, this Soko Glam purchase. Let's open this up. And it is a serum featuring their, it's their ceramide version. They call it Cosa Ceramide Serum. It's meant for strengthening, skin protection, and helping with moisture retention, all the things that ceramides do. So they claim that it uses an enriched rice ceramide ampule that locks in moisture for 24 hours. And yeah, it looked really interesting. It's 74% of that rice extract, or that rice ceramide. So, and that's actually the very first ingredient, which is nice to see. It's not water or anything or glycerin. It's also got niacinamide, some silicones in it, which will help to lock in hydration, oat bran oil, and then a lot of different essential oils for fragrance. So we'll see how that goes. It also has alcohol in it to help with absorption. So I really like the packaging of these products. I think it's very, very nice looking. And then the way you use it, so you twist this up, that lifts that top part, and then I believe you press it to start getting serum into the ampule dropper, and then it completely unscrews. And so you press this down to squeeze out the ampule. So very, very nice packaging. It's all sealed up, so it's not gonna be exposed to UV light. I really like it. And it was a free gift. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Who knows how long it'll be before I get to this. It's really gonna depend on expiration dates, to be honest, because I have a lot of serums to get through. So that's everything. Let me know if you have used any of these products. Especially, I'm extra curious to see what your thoughts are on the Neogen stick, because I've been hearing conflicting things. Some people love it and swear by it. Some people think it's not worth the value. It's maybe just good for travel, or some people find it really, really drying. So let me know your thoughts on the Neogen Real Fresh Cleansing Stick with green tea, and I'll try to get this into my routine as quickly as I can. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an excellent rest of your weekend and stay glowing. Bye.